Right, so not your usual episode. It's just an update, really, a real-time update. And the reason for that is I'm. It's the 15th of May, and I've just recently been at anchor for about 12 nights, and then I've had to come into a port for the last 6, and I've had like a few issues. I lost my card, but I didn't really know I'd lost my card because I tend to just pay with cash, because if I do that then I don't I've got a bit more control of how much I spent, whereas if I just pay with my card I tend to forget how much I've spent, or don't look how much I've spent. Anyway, someone was using my card while I didn't have it, so I'm working on getting that sorted. Hopefully it does get sorted, but my dinghy engine got stolen too, and my phone, this one that I've not had that long, and you're probably like four phones behind on like the current videos, but this one I was like, I'm gonna look after it, it's not gonna break, it just stopped charging, and that's how I normally have internet. I've got it now because I'm in the port, but I'm having to leave the port. The current money situation is I have about 200, and I'm only saying this to be honest, I'm not saying it for anyone to help or anything, because even if you wanted to at the minute you can't, because I can't actually access my bank. But the 250 I managed to get out because, well, all of this will actually be on an episode, so I don't need to go into it all, but yeah, that's the current situation. The reason for this update is because of a few things. So, told you where I am now, had a few issues, but what I wanted to say more than anything is it's May now, so the videos you're watching are still from, I think you're still in February, to be honest. You might have just about gone into March, I can't fully remember. But no, I think you're still in February. Yeah, you're still in February. And it's May now, so this next part I'm going to have to do, which is going to be tough, is literally probably going to be like the last part of winter, even though I know technically now it's spring, but it'll be the last one on the winter playlist. Not this video, but the one that will be around about this time when it eventually comes out. I did want to catch up to real time on them videos, because I feel that people are really good at telling me what to do, but because it's so far behind, I've normally had to find a solution anyway. Is that good? Maybe, but sometimes, people know more than me, definitely. So sometimes if it was closer to real time, people would actually be able to help with the current situations. But yeah, the plan is because I've got 250 euros. I owe the port here 140-ish. If I pay that, I'm stuck. So I did tell them earlier in the week what had happened, and the thing with ports is, when I would imagine a port and what a port should be, yeah, sure, like it comes with cost, but it should be a safe place for a boat too. And whatever happened, I've got to leave here on the 16th, and although this pontoon might not be available tomorrow, they've got bits on the wall. They could help, so you're going to see quite a bit in the upcoming videos about how sometimes some pods are quite unhelpful, and especially here in the south of France, it's just aimed at like the big boats and profit. Cannes Film Festival actually starts tomorrow, so all the ports around here are full. As I say, I know that if they wanted to help, they could let me go over by the wall or whatever, but they don't want to. Fair enough. It is what it is. It's my problem. I chose to do this, and yeah. So far, every port we've been in, we have paid, so it's not like we try not to pay, and even if I've got to go back and pay it at a later date, I'm just going to do that. probably got deja vu from like literally one of them first episodes where I was like, I need to run away from the port, but then didn't. But you know, I was at least with that one, I was tied up and there was space. It was winter. This one, there's no space, and I have to leave tomorrow. So if I leave tomorrow and I've paid that, I definitely can't replace my phone, and I'll be pushing it on food. So I know I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm going off on an ocean voyage. I'm just going to anchor, but there's definitely some 30 knot winds coming up from Saturday. So I think I know where I'm going to anchor, and another boat advised me where they were going to anchor, but you know, I do like to make sure I'm checking it myself too, to know basically. But this was always going to be the reality when it got to this time of year. The boat's just not as ready as I thought it was going to be when I got to this time of year. So sometimes people say, would it not just be easier to go home? Or, and actually someone who's watched a few videos really called me out the other day and like literally told me exactly what I was feeling because they've watched the videos and could see through something. And I think, as I say, 7 months I've been doing this now, and the hardest part was adapting to things going wrong all the time and the boat not being ready. And I said at the very first episode that it would be honest, and I'd either show that it could be done or it couldn't be done. And as I say, 7 months, so the winter has actually passed. So did I survive the winter on a sailboat? Yeah. Was it easy? Definitely not. And there will be an episode about what I learned, what was hard, what worked well, and all the rest of it. But for now, I'm just having to do what I need to do basically. So you might see in some of the videos coming up, you're making the same mistakes again, and you're right, I do make some same mistakes that I made earlier on, I make them again. But a lot of the time I was doing stuff out of necessity, not necessarily because it was what I should be doing. But that's just sometimes what I've got to do. So yeah, it's going to be a tough now, I don't know, probably about 15 days at anchor until I can, and even then I might not be able to get back into a port, but that's when I'll be financially a little bit better off. So it might be more option to nip into a port, and as well, by doing that, even though I don't have a choice, if I had a choice I'd stay in the port for the rest of the month, because the price has gone up everywhere, but I don't really have that choice. As I say, it's Cannes Film Festival, so the celebrities the celebrities come first, never mind little old me who's just trying to survive on the boat. But by doing this, next month I should be able to get the boat out of the water and go from there. I don't want to say too much because obviously a lot of this stuff is going to be in the upcoming videos. But a reason I wanted to say some of it was because I'm aware sometimes when I'm editing them that I'm putting like, there's quite a lot of doom and gloom. And when I first ever thought I was going to make like a YouTube channel, I needed a reason to do it, and it was then actually when I knew it was going to be the winter and I was having to do it under not ideal circumstances. That was then a good reason to do it, because I didn't really see any channels like that at the time. I remember looking like, can you cruise on a boat in the winter, and I couldn't really find anything. And for the whole winter, wherever I went and I stayed at anchor, I was the only boat there. So when I look back and I think about how hard it was sometimes, I also feel quite proud that as cold as it was and as many problems as I had, and as much as on the video sometimes I moan and maybe don't show, well, no, sorry, it just doesn't show that, you know, it's only looking back now really, I can think, you know, I did it. So, as I say, it's a bit of a spoiler, but yeah, I survived the winter on the boat, so that in theory should be the hard bit. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a hard bit now, and I'm not saying it's ever going to be easy, but if I can get the boat taken out of the water soon and get that done, I need to get the Genoa fixed, and all the things that people keep telling me, because the videos are a bit behind. Be prepared to see me make the same mistakes again, because everything you've seen up until now all got recorded before I even recorded like episode 1. And yeah, when some of the negative stuff, I sit there, I'm editing it, and I think, should I cut some of it out? And then I think, if I do that, it's not what I said it would be. I could easily cut a lot of that out and just show the other parts, and then you know, the episodes would be a bit shorter. I'd be able to probably then get a few episodes into one. That'd make it more clickable. It'd be a bit more positive sometimes, and then I don't know, maybe I'd have more views and more subscribers. But the big thing I wanted to say was, at the minute I think there's probably about 40 to 100 people watch this every week, and I find it absolutely like amazing that even though when you're watching and you sit there on whatever day I've uploaded it, and I know you're not clicking on a video thinking you're going to learn anything from me, because half the time you're not, and you know it's not all going to be, you know, what's the word everyone keeps frills. It's not going to be loads of frills, is it? And you probably know there's going to be a fair bit of like negativity or moaning or whatever, but still every week 40 to 100 people watch me mess around on a boat, making the same mistakes over and over again, and knowing that's probably what it's going to be. So for me, that's like, yeah, when I have days where I think, oh, this is really hard, that honestly, the boost it gives me is like insane. It's like, it really does give me a boost, to the point the other morning, the last video I uploaded before this one, I should have been doing 1,000,001 other things before uploading that video, but I made sure that got uploaded on the day, and then when I started to get the comments and I got a bit of support, and it just made it feel worth it. So yeah, I'm really grateful to everyone who's liked, subscribed. I'm not doing the usual like and subscribe please, I'm just saying I'm genuinely grateful for all of the comments, you know, to hear people want to help, and just the support and advice people give me up until this point. So I'm gonna go back out there in the morning. Is it morally right to leave the port, like, and then, yeah, you know what, people will say something against this, but the port's going to survive, and if I go give half of what I've got at the minute to the port, I'm not going to survive. And they'll get it in the end. So, you know, if I want to keep this going, sometimes I've got to pirate my way out of the problems I've got myself into, or problems that have happened. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I was going to say. The last thing is, the reason for this is as well, someone said in one of the comments that I was on about if I got the videos closer to real time, and they said, you know, when people cross oceans or whatever, you know, I think they're on about Adventures of an Old Sea Dog, and I remember seeing it myself, and he gets delayed crossing the ocean, and I'm not crossing an ocean, but I would just, you know, if I can't get internet when I get to where I'm going, and as I say, there's a big wind, like, I mean a big wind, I'm not exaggerating it. I wouldn't normally want to be anchoring in like 30-kilometre winds, but with all that going on, if I can't get on the internet and then suddenly I can't upload an episode for the next 2 weeks because I can't get battery to the laptop, I'm aware all of this stuff's gonna happen. I've got a few notebooks and I'm gonna write if I can't do anything else, and I've got some reading that I can do, and yeah, I might not be able to do editing, and I'm limited in what I can do on the boat at the minute, but I am going to try and get some stuff done on the boat while I'm out there at anchor, and I might even like swim underneath and scrape some of the stuff off the bottom in case I can't get it out of the water. But yeah, while I'm out there and might not be able to get on the internet, I didn't want anyone to be thinking, is he alright? And because some of you might know whereabouts I am, you might see the wind, you could easily put two and two together and it would look like I just vanished off the earth. But I haven't. I'm alright. I'm at anchor. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going to anchor. I know it's going to be protected. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be as safe as it can be. So yeah, don't worry about that. You might not have been worried anyway, but just in case. Hope my mum's not going to watch this video. I might just tell her. I don't know. Normally I have to prompt her to watch them anyway, so but yeah, it'll be alright. I'm going to be alright, and if I can get the episodes uploaded, I'll get them uploaded as soon as I can. I just wanted to record this in case I couldn't, because then it might be 2 weeks, and hopefully there's just enough time to get this on before I have to leave, because I'm going to have to leave first thing in the morning. Before the port opens, but yeah, if I can get it on just in time, hopefully, because sometimes on the bad Wi-Fi it takes a day to get a YouTube video on. I'm not even exaggerating, but hopefully I can get it on before tomorrow morning, and I'm going to spend the next few hours just getting as ready as I can, which I've spent quite a bit of the day doing that anyway. I don't want to say too much more, because then I will worry people if I start saying I'm having issues with the batteries and everything else. But the boat isn't comfortably ready to go to anchor for 15 days, but it will be safe. So, and it's going to make, like I say, I'm going to do a bit of writing. I'm going to try to do a bit of spearfishing again while I'm out there, and it will be nice to be away from the film festival, because it's not my cup of tea, and away from land sometimes. Just yeah. Anyway, all that stuff for another time, and yeah, I know I'm going to put this down and think I was meant to say something else. But I can't think of anything now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. So if I can get on the internet, I will obviously update things, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to get on the internet yet. But it will be my priority after food and water. So yeah, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. I won't have time to edit it, so you're getting this raw, nearly 20 minutes actually,